up, y'all? Y'all know who it is. It's OGB. My pleasure to bring y'all this interview for OBL, Ohio Boxing Legends. I have with me here Mr. Michael Graham, professional boxer, father, trainer. He works with kids over at Thompson Recreation Center. So I'm very excited to do this interview. How you doing today?
Oh man, blessed and thankful. Glad to be here.
Okay. Yeah. So my first question for you is, how did you get started in boxing, and what would you like people to know about your career in boxing?
Okay, so first of all, I started out at I was 11, 12 years old when I went into the gym, and my friends had kind of coached me into going. I was just going up there with them, and all of a sudden, I started liking it. I started training and getting myself together as a boxer. I started sparring with some of the guys as real fighters. Boxers. As an amateur, and I done pretty well. At the end of the day, first probably month or two, I got my butt whooped, which will make you do what you need to do to get yourself together. Yeah. So I didn't like that, of course.
Yeah, nobody like losing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, so my next question for you is, can you tell me about some Ohio boxers that you were able to train with?
Okay. I work with Manny Galloway and Buster Douglas, of course, and I done worked with Virgil McClendon and a couple other guys. A lot of guys. Jerry Page. I like Jerry Page, and Andre Cray. I work with Andre every day. Me and him, he the one who prepared me for these professional fights. But to start out with, in my amateur career, I fought as an amateur, and I was undefeated. I had like 16 amateur fights, and I'm two-time national champion. I went to Niagara Falls, New York. We took our team down there, and we won the team trophy. Also, we had 4 champions. I was one of them. I think Ivan McCoy, Greg Netter, and it was Arthur Douglas, which is Buster's little brother. We didn't even take Buster down there and still won the team trophy. We had 7 people in the championship fights, and I was one of them. That's back in 1976. I won nationals, and then I won the nationals again the next year in 77. So that's how everything went.
Okay. So what would you like people to know most about your boxing career?
Okay. I want to say that I learned a lot. Got to give my coach a lot of credit. When I first got in there, I was working with my coach's 2 sons. He got 2 sons that was a little heavier than me, though, but I worked with them, so that's why I got punished in the beginning. Then I worked with one of his nephews, and he was really good, too, and later on I turned that thing around, because I, either keep getting punished or dish out the punishment.
What was your coach's name?
Roy Haupt. Roy Haupt was my coach, yeah.
Okay.
At the PAL Center. I fought out of the PAL Center, Roy Haupt.
Okay. Next question. What punch in boxing do you feel is the most important?
Okay, that's an easy question because it's called number 1. We got all the punches numbered. It's number 1 punch, comes out straight like that, and it's the safest punch too. Not only is it, I think it's the safest punch because once you complete it, once you finish, your chin is covered. When you throw that jab out properly, and then you got your other hand up in there nice and tight against your body, it's the safest punch. So I came out, I think that's why I had such a great career, especially as an amateur, is because I used my jab quite a bit. I didn't wait. I came in, firing that jab nice and crisp, and you can keep your opponent off of you with a nice, strong jab.
Okay. So y'all heard it. Got to use that jab.
Number 1. It's number 1.
He said it's the most important.
Most important. So, you can control the whole bout if you throw it well.
Just from watching boxing, I would say I would have to agree. Yeah. And what, in your opinion, what would make boxing better than it already is?
Okay. Well, I do know when I was coming up that the fighters would fight each other. They wouldn't. It was all about being recognized as the best. So now it's all about the money, it seemed like, I'm not trying to knock the fighters. We got some good fighters, of course, but at the end of the day, these guys wanted notoriety. They like notoriety. So they would fight each other, and then that's what would make boxing better. If all the fighters went on and fought each other in their weight class and stop all this talking and doing what they do,
Yeah, I would have to agree.
One more thing I want to add to that is they start disrespecting each other, and I don't like the disrespect. They start calling each other bitches and stuff. Now, how am I going to feel good about if I win the fight after I done called him a bitch? How am I going to feel good about the win?
Yeah, I guess that would mean you didn't fight nobody.
I didn't fight nobody. They're so glad that I don't interview the people after the fight. If they say, I wanted to fight him, well, you called him a bitch. I'm going to hit him with that. You said he was a bitch anyway, so I don't put no stock in what you did. Because he was a bitch, you said. Okay.
Nah, I gotta agree. So, do you have any advice for a young and up-and-coming fighter?
We got to make sure that you put your road work into. Road work, boxing is about rhythm and timing. If you can get that rhythm and timing right, it's good. But the road work just helps you throw more flurries. You want to be able to you want to throw 6 and 7 punches, then be able to come back with 6 or 7 punches, and that's what the road work do. You got to get your run in, and you got to put sprints in your run. At least if you run in 4 or 5 miles, I want to do 10 sprints in there, 10 takeoff sprints, and that will get your win back to where you can throw 6 or 7 more punches. And that's how you do,
Okay.
That's how that works.
Okay. So that means y'all got to run. You can't box without running.
Yeah, you got to get your running, yeah. I ain't talking about running the ring. I'm talking about training running. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, next question. I would need you to give me your top 5 boxers and your top 5 boxers in Ohio. So top 5 boxers right now, from anywhere, and then top 5 Ohio boxers.
Okay. Well, let's start with the Ohio boxers. I know, I like, of course, we know Buster Douglas is one of my top. Then Manny Galloway held the WBO championship for a long time. We got Vonzell Johnson. I like Vonzell. Mm-hmm. He was a good fighter, and then Jerry Page, of course, he won the golden, he's the USA winner, and so let's see, I need one more. Yeah, I like Virgil too. Virgil did good, and myself, of course. Yeah, I like Virgil McClendon also. He was pretty good.
So what was your
and Andre
record?
Cray. I like Andre Cray. Of course, Andre. I like him too.
What was your record as a professional?
Okay, as a professional, I was 9-2 draw.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a pretty respectable record.
That's
one of my fights. I was like probably 8-1, and I fought a dude from the state, Ohio. He was the 135 weight state champion. So I won the state championship belt. Maybe you guys will get to show that a little later. And this guy took a lot of punishment, 12 rounds of punishment. I can't believe he became the win too. So that was my first 12 rounder. And I was ready. I come in ready. I put the work in. You got to put the work in. If you want to get the good results, you got to put work in.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was the state lightweight champion. I'm at 135.
Okay. So now you got to give us your current top 5 boxers.
Okay, the current top 5. You saying current that's fighting right now, you mean?
Yeah.
or back in the past?
Nah,
okay.
right now.
Okay. Well, I would say we like a Zoom. What's his name? Is it
Abdullah.
Abdullah? Yeah, Abdullah is very good. We like, of course, Terrence Crawford. He's the man. He run the show. You know what I'm saying? Shakira showed me something. I thought it was going to be a fight. I thought that my man was going to come in and, do what he do. I thought Shakira would win, but Shakira showed me a lot. Speed is power. Speed is power. When you start getting hit with stuff you don't see coming, it can be much real devastating.
I agree.
And so that's what Shakira does. You know what I'm saying? And so I got Shakira. Of course, Canelo is a great fighter.
Yeah.
I can't take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? Even though he lost to Terrence, he's been there. And I like the Mexican Monster too.
David Benavidez.
I like Benavidez.
Yeah.
I like what he does.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
That's a great list on both sides, the Ohio boxers and the current. So I agree with you. Where were you when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson?
So me and my wife went to our one of our friends' house. Your mom. We went over to one of her girlfriend's house and watched the fights. They was having a fight party, and we were sitting there. And as soon as they introduced the fighters, Buster and Tyson, your mom got up out of there. She didn't want to see. She thought it was going to be pretty tough. But you know what? I kind of knew myself that Buster was going to hang in there, especially early. Buster is pretty dangerous, especially in the first 4 or 5 rounds. He's dangerous. I didn't know that he put in the work that he put in so he could complete the mission. But he completed the mission, and so I'm so happy about that. He finally was in great shape. When he come in great shape, you can't beat him. He's unbeatable. He got one of the best jabs in the game. And I had the pleasure of working with him up at Thompson right now. So we've been working with the kids and stuff.
Yeah, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. That was great. I was young, but I definitely know what it meant and what it still means to the city of Ohio. Of Columbus. For the state of Ohio, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Still one of the biggest things to happen in sports to this day.
Yeah, nobody
on Sports Center and all that.
Yeah, nobody had an upset like that. They did 42-1. That was what it was. The odds was, So.
Major deal.
Yeah, major.
Big
deal.
shout out to Buster Douglas. What's up,
big shout out to the family.
So, last question: what does boxing mean to you?
Okay, well, it's everything. Like I said, it saved me as a little kid. My friends invited me out to go to the boxing. I could have got into a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff was going on. And a lot of stuff was out there that I could do that wasn't cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so one thing I was able to separate myself because a lot of my friends smoke weed, drink, and they do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then which leads into other things too that might be, not good for you. So it kept me away from some of those things,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just help me, and being able to give back means a lot to me right now. Like I said, I work up at Thompson's Recreation Center. And I've been working with the kids, and you know what? It's such a blessing to be able to give back when somebody did it for you. That Roy Haupt guy that I talked about, my coach, looked out for me. He would take and pick me up, take me to fighters, take me all around. You know what I'm saying? And he treated me like I was one of his sons. And that's why it's so special for me to be able to give that back to the community, to the kids that I work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, y'all, that concludes the interview. It's me, OGB. This is my dad, Michael Graham. I definitely appreciate him for doing this interview. And we got plenty of more interviews on the way. So, y'all know what it is, man. I appreciate y'all. And it's more to come. Ohio Boxing Legends, I'm out. Peace.